Joining us now is Glamour model Jacqui Ryland and former Met Police detective Sue Hill. So I'm going to start with you. Thank you both for coming in this morning. It's a very difficult situation for all of us, OK? This shocking story about this girl lured to a photo shoot by her agent, then she's kidnapped, and now all hell's broken loose. Just factually, what we know. On Facebook it said she had a child, and yet 6 days later a bloke who apparently she's had a drink with before he captured her and kidnapped her had read the Facebook and then released her because of that. He turned himself in. Apparently they went shoe shopping. Apparently yesterday she said I might have slept with him if he got rid of me. Yesterday we saw this interview where she came out of her house. To me, I'm just being honest, somebody will criticise me, didn't look too traumatised, did she?
Real crimes, and it is on the increase. So, if anything else, let's not forget.
Absolutely
this
right.
happens, and it's still happening. So that's raised awareness. As a detective, of course, I'd be very cynical, thinking, why would she present like that? But I'm sure that lovely Jacqui sitting next to me, point in case here. Jacqui turns up this morning looking marvellous because she's a model and made up, and I turn up, you know, just rolled out of bed because Chloe has probably been told to dress like that. This is your golden opportunity to be in front of the media. Let's not forget, she's 20 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. Mother
she
of
has
one.
an agent.
Yeah.
Someone's telling her
we haven't heard
what
from the
to
agent.
say. We haven't. And also, let's wait and see. I have complete faith. I'm sure Lynn Owens, who is in charge of the National Crime Agency, will be working very closely, making sure that we're working, the police in this country.
I think there's a degree of
sympathy,
a huge amount of sympathy for this girl, which is totally understandable. But I just think as the days passed, there's all this...
There might more fall out, but can I just say, in my experience, which over 33 years in the police, there are victims that present in all types of way and how they're told to present. So let's just be mindful. While we're all cynical, let's wait and see.
Let's ask someone who knows a little, maybe, of what is in her mind, who's also a glamour model. I mean, there is a sense, isn't there, that very often, if you dress up and present yourself in a glamorous way, if you're feeling traumatised, there's almost an element of putting your war paint on and doing what, you know, you feel makes you feel strong and good. Yeah. How would her background be making her come across in a way that's making some doubt, do you think?
I think because obviously people have heard these different bits, like he's taken her shopping. I've been on shoots before. That could have happened before she knew what was happening.
Yep.
So it could have well been she was taken out shopping because the guy may have said to her, "You need this for the shoot." That's happened to me. Photographers will turn up with certain underwear. You just don't know, and only Chloe knows what's happened. She's not been debriefed yet. Her agent, I do know her agent. I'm surprised he's not spoken, to be honest, but he's
hasn't spoken to anybody.
No, and he's probably told her, this is your, like, moment to be in front of the whole media.
But what kind of thing is that? That's what's horrible, because it's...
This is what agents do, and because they're thinking of filling their own pockets, and that is the sad, sad industry that these young girls are in now, and this is one of the reasons I've started to walk away from it, because the industry is not what it used to be years ago. It's not professional in this country.
So do you think, in a way, there's almost a situation where the industry is perhaps exposing girls to risk?
100%. And
Tell us something that you've experienced in
I mean,
that
I
way.
had it, this was years ago now, but I used to shoot for my own house, so you'd put yourself on a website and you'd advertise being available for shoots. So then photographers would, well, what you would think would be photographers, would contact you. I remember a guy turning up to my house. He had references on his page, which all girls should do, is check references. But he turned up with a bottle of wine and a cheesecake. And I was a bit like...
A cheesecake?
A cheesecake at 9:30 in the morning. You think, OK, wine and cheesecake now.
You come across as if you've really got an angle on this in terms of the industry, which is really fascinating to listen to. And, of course, I absolutely, Sue, and you make the point as well, this is probably a very young and naive girl. I think people's desire to discover the truth is not based on criticising her in any way. It's just a case of, you know, what was the other thing yesterday or today? He's saying I was no part of it, and then he said I was trying to raise money for a cancer scare.
And I think it's, you know, it's still early days and there's lots of speculation. And I'm like, you look, don't you think, really? Because of the case of Shannon Matthews and the Philpotts and all these people that get rolled out in front of the media, and then we find out the stories are false. You know, I've dealt with so many cases over the years where someone presents, you think, really? And actually, when you do a bit more digging, actually things are truthful and more evidence comes out.
It's terribly sad, but we are. Because think there's genuine people who people might think not look like a victim, that are victims, and we all know lots of cases like Rochdale where that has led us into a lot of trouble.
And just to finish, the one thing I'd like to hear more about is how her kid is. She's a mum of one, so we should take into consideration...
And a bit worrying that the media are filming her outside her home address when, you know, this...
All sorts of stories. More will come out. Really appreciate it. Interesting insight. Thank you, Sue, as well. And hopefully the truth will come out. Chloe will be good, so will her daughter, and we'll find out. Maybe the agent will come from nowhere and speak.